Greetings. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into this twin flame journey. We're going to start off with a song as per usual, a little bit of a healing, and then we're just going to jump right in to this reading. We're going to dig into what is on the Divine Masculine's lips. We're going to dig into his secrets right now and what's going on with my Divine Masculines. And yeah, so let's get started. This song is by Louis Sky. It's called Heal. Close your eyes for the healing. Okay.
Searching for love that can save me from losing my way. Yeah. Give me confused, make me believe, increase my faith. Please take your time, I got you. And I will touch your hands until your body say the words. Don't you move. All I wanna do, girl, is heal you. Give you better than you've been through. All I need from you is your help. Please show me that you be right. We can medicate your time. You're supposed to be strong, even when it's something that's hard to handle. Yeah. Sometimes I wanna let go. I keep holding right on the battle. No, baby, please take your time. I got you. And I will touch all your hands until your body say the words. Don't you know? All I wanna do, girl, is heal you. Give you better than you've been through. All I need from you is your help. Please show me that you be right. We can medicate each other, illness.
Again, that was Louis Sky Hill, a really wonderful artist. You guys should look him up here on YouTube or Apple Music if you can. And any other platforms. I mean, those are my favorites. So we're just gonna dive right into this twin flame reading. This is specifically for my divine feminines. If you're checking in on your divine masculines, we want to first kind of get into the general energies here of what's happening with our divine masculines. And right now it looks like someone is clinging on. Someone is clinging on. Someone is spying in. Someone is obsessing. This could be you. But what I feel for the majority is that this is the masculine who's really peeking in on the divine feminines. This could be in the way of following your social media or just checking in on your social media pages. This could be just checking in on mutual friends or people that you have in common. Even if it's just asking, hey, how was so-and-so? Have you heard from so-and-so? But someone's definitely trying to tap into divine feminine's energy, again, by way of spying or at least obsessing. Like, I feel like for many of you, someone is, I don't know, the word that comes to mind is contemplating. Someone is really thinking back over time. Thank you, Spirit, of how they mishandled you. And even though this is saying holding on, this is about holding on to the past to the good times, times when things were balanced and were better between the two of you. But this also gives me the vibe of someone who really just wants to hold you, like literally hold on to you right now. It's almost like divine masculine misses being able to be close to you, just to be in your energy, basically in the same space that you know what I mean, together with you. Like it's yeah, I feel like somebody just wants to really just hold on to you and squeeze you. Like that was very relevant, or it is very relevant to someone. Maybe in the way that you would hug or hold on to one another is something very specific about that. Because I'm just looking at her, like you know what I mean, almost like hugging herself. But it's this energy of just really of endearment, of really yeah, just holding tight. Someone was a really awesome hugger. Okay. Um, this next card is turmoil, trouble, unexpected. I do feel like someone is going through a bit of turmoil or is a little bit troubled, and I think this has a lot more to do with sleep. Like maybe not sleeping well, maybe just not resting well, um, toiling kind of back and forth in their mind. Once again, this keeps coming up for me about mishandling. So I know that that's definitely hot off the press right now. That's what's really um, I feel like it's like a circling this masculine's head, like just all the ways that they pretty much just dropped the ball, all the ways that they mishandled you. Um, now, when I see the word unexpected, I always think of like something unexpected, either an unexpected experience or an unexpected message. I wanted to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that. So, okay, so there's a lot. Okay, okay, it's coming in. So, there's this silence. I think that this just means many of you are still being very silent. Divine Feminine, this could be you, could be the both of you, could be my masculines. So, what this is telling me is that many of you are still just not in communication, right? Um, it's almost like words are just stuck or frozen. Um, and there's this stone wall, and what that tells me, okay, so there's a couple of things going on for my divine feminines. I feel like the wait for many of you has been so long that you've kind of developed a stone wall, not so much necessarily around your heart, but it's more or less just around this situation and this particular connection. It's just kind of like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean I can great if we would have come together, but if we aren't, which it looks like we're not, or it's taking so long, or things are moving so slow, or he's just so stone faced and stone walled, or maybe I'm building up a stone wall. It's just kind of like, I could take it or leave it. It's just like you're just almost kind of just becoming very numb, is what I feel. And honestly, it really is no words. There's really no words anymore for the situation. I feel like many feminines, I think you're used to like maybe going bouts of time, because this is very typical of the chaser rather than the runner. You kind of putting a pause, going into silent mode, right? There being a pause or kind of putting things on ice, but then always giving in, coming back around to open the door up again or just say, hey, I'm still here. I still love you, or there's still something there, or, just always coming back, trying to check in on maybe you're the one typically spying in on or trying to reach out, or whatever. But I feel like now with this stone wall, there's just kind of this, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm in protect mode. And honestly, where I'm at right now, because I'm working on me, I'm just kind of I'm okay. I'm okay with knowing that there's a possibility that maybe we won't come together. Maybe you won't reach out. Maybe you're still, whatever, but it's okay. Take it or leave it. Okay. So, just kind of diving a little bit more into this deception and this turmoil. What is this about, Spirit? So we have someone who's very conflicted here, who's kind of hot and cold. Making decisions is not their wheelhouse. They will stall, stall, stall. Again, with that stone wall, that gives me the gaslighting energy too, just kind of very stoic energy. Like you just don't know what a person is feeling or doing because they're going to remain silent. They're going to remain stone-faced, and stone-walled. And they're still kind of in this hot and cold energy because they don't want to make decisions. It's like they have these choices that need to be made. And this is not just with the relationship in divine feminine. This is just in general. Someone needs to make a very important decision. Decisions need to be made, and someone's just not. They're just, one day it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. And the next day it's like, there's no movement, no action. They kind of renege. And I think that comes from a place of fear, but let's see. Okay, well, they're overwhelmed. So this is someone who's overwhelmed. This is like the straw that broke the camel's back, whatever this is, this energy. And it's like they're at their wits' end. They're at their limit. I just have an inside joke. It's like, some people have met their capacity, their level of capacity. That's it. They're about to blow their top if they go over this, over the limit. So that's what I'm getting from this energy. Like someone who, I'm sorry for laughing, but someone who is very conflicted, knows that decisions need to be made. You really kind of, I hear the word agitated, agitation, irritation, and again, breaking point is very much on the radar. So yeah, this is exhaustion, just very tired. Um, my grandma used to say something all the time. The old folks used to say this, when you get tired of being tired, when you get tired of being tired, and that's really what that meant. When you finally experience exhaustion from this situation, whether it's from being let down or just being lied to or being mistreated, being deceived, right? When you get tired of being tired, tired of accepting bad behavior or just not standing up for yourself or taking whatever it is that you're taking, when you get tired of being tired, when you get exhausted enough from it, change will happen. You'll make a change. You'll make a decision. Okay? So that's what I feel like is going on with this masculine. Like someone who's unsatisfied, okay? Who's not very happy with the way things are going. And man, there's really nothing else you can say there. And then someone who's, yeah, see, I remember I was talking about someone who was thinking back maybe on the way that you guys used to hold one another or hug or just be close to one another. Long talks, vulnerability, being vulnerable with one another. Something about that hugging thing, though, really, this holding really stands out. Like, I just almost like I can hear Divine Masculine saying, I just miss your skin. I just miss the way you feel. Bittersweet, dwelling on the past, right? Just kind of just going back through their memory Rolodex of things that transpire between you, but just the good stuff, the good memories, okay? So let's move on from that and let's kind of see what's going on in Divine Masculine's world. Yeah, this is someone who was wandering between realms, wandering between worlds. I feel like this is somewhat a masculine who's with um battling with being very earthbound, right, and the mundane, but straddling the fence of their awakening. So it's almost like you got that's some of the decisions that need to be made. Like, are you gonna awaken and remember who you are? Or are you gonna continue down this road of just being in the matrix? You know what I mean? Pretending that this simulation is reality. Okay. And yeah, next to that is whale song, and whales are very intelligent beings, mammals, very intelligent, much like dolphin, right? Very intelligent. There is a belief that whales are the backup system to the planet, to the earth, this dimension. So, in essence, like, if anything was to ever happen to the planet, to this world, this is they are I'm gonna say the backup computers, right? Um, they hold the key to the restart. I don't know. That's just how I feel like I have to say that. So, this is someone who's recognizing and resonating. Like, you know how you can, for example, I used to have a friend, and this friend married really young. We were all really young. She had two babies, two children. She was hadn't gotten pregnant yet, but I know over time she did get pregnant with a third. She was an excellent mom, had her kids in, you know, a couple of different things, many activities, sports, extracurriculars, and all of the stuff. And there was a time where I was like, for all of my friends, I've always been that person. Like, I'm going to all of the events and the birthday parties and the things she's inviting us out to. And then it's like, man, I'm trying to host events or start businesses and asking support from my friends, and she could never really be there or never really showed up. This is my perception, okay, which is valid to me. And over the years, it's like, dang, okay, you know, this is some years now past, and it's like, dang, you can never come out to my stuff. You can never do nothing, support your girl or whatever. So I went through this phase of like, why are all my friends just so like non supportive? Now, not trying to play the victim or anything, but I was really in my feelings about that. Especially because I'm always like speaking and preaching support of like, being an African American woman, like let's support each other, let's support black business, like whatever. Well, fast forward to today where I have two young children under the age of, well, now 11. I would say 10, but they both just had birthdays, so under the age of 11. They're in everything. They're in, music, jujitsu, baseball, like, and more than one instrument, might I add. And so, um, what I'm saying is the way my life is set up right now is like I totally understand now. Like, I can see how she being younger, trying to balance husband, children, extracurriculars. I'm trying to start my own business or whatever the case and manage all these things. And when I would go, it was like I was just kind of hopping on her wheel to run around, to pick up, drop off kids and this and that, the other. So I was kind of like, what am I really doing? What did I even come visit for? Like, it's all about you and your life right now. Um, but now I'm going through that with my own children, and I know people probably look at me the same way, like, dang, you know what I mean? There's so many things I don't get to attend or support because I'm constantly running multiple businesses, running my household, raising my children, and I'm running around for their extracurriculars. Any free time I have, which is not really free time at all, goes to them. So I can totally resonate now, like, I get it. And it was not anything personal to me. You know, it was just that that's hard to balance. And I can imagine being much younger, even harder, because this is new. This is territory you haven't visited before. And wow, you know. Um, so I said that because this comes up as resonate. And it's almost like someone's looking back like, all the things that you told them, you've discussed the way that they treated you. Someone else is giving them a dose of their own medicine, and now hindsight is 2020. This is what she was talking about. This is what she meant when she said I mishandled her. This is how she felt, even if she didn't express that I was mishandling her. Like someone is finally like, oh, I get it now. Okay. So, yeah, and so this is, oh, okay. Well, because of that, okay, now there's like this, someone is thinking of a bold move forward. Who knows what that could be? That could literally be an open door opportunity. It could be reaching out verbally. I'd love to try and, let me just see. I'm gonna just pull one more card and see what comes up for that. What is this bold move forward? What is this bold move forward? Mm, wow. Repairing the veil. This is a card of forgiveness. Forgiveness. Hmm. So, a couple of things come up for me. Someone may actually try to reach out and ask for forgiveness. Someone may not necessarily physically try to reach out, but someone may be reminiscing and doing all of this resonating because, you know, they're basically, um, there's a couple of things coming up. Somebody's actually battling with the thought of forgiveness, right? Will she ever forgive me? Is there a way to, through this situation, is there a way back, right? And the other thing is, someone actually just, dealing with forgiveness as a whole, as a lesson for themselves, because this is going back to childhood, recognizing the affiliation, right? Um, Between how they treat people in relationships and how they were treated as a child, or, you know, that issue with especially in this particular journey with worthiness, right? Self-worth, self-love, forgiving the self. So many ways this is coming up with forgiveness, but um, it's almost like someone feels like so much time has passed or so much has happened, like so much life has happened that it's almost like you're almost strangers, like they don't even know you anymore. They wouldn't know what to say, how to approach the situation, how to even ask for forgiveness. Whew, yeah, that's wow, so interesting. But there's a lot of light here, and what that just gives me is just healing. And so, not a mistake that I chose the song by Louis Sky called Heal. And the lyrics are, all I want to do, girl, is heal you, right? Give you, what is it? Give you more than give you more than you've been through, right? So again, no matter where you are and what you've been through, I want to give you more than that. I don't want to repeat the cycles of boyfriends past. You know what I'm saying? The failures of boyfriends past. So let's see, what are the love messages from Divine Masculine? Okay. Um, Man, neglected. I failed to give you what you need or what you needed. You're a much better person than I am. And again, this is the card of unworthiness. You're a better person than I am, Divine Feminine. Mm. Yeah, so this is hope. I haven't given up on us yet. Okay. You made me realize my flaws with the shadow side. Things didn't go quite the way that I planned. And I think that's, meant in a couple of different ways. This is like an unexpected outcome. I made a decision, past tense. Things aren't really working out the way that I thought. This is the second time this message has come up. But also with us in the past, things did not go the way I planned. And that's whether there was this, gaslighting to yield a certain results, whether it was this decision, like I'm a back burner you so I can go over here and do my thing. You'll be there when I get back. What's that song? Good Girl Gone Bad or something like that with Jay-Z. You know, he was like, I was gonna get right back. You know what I mean? You was supposed to wait. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm just saying. He's like, I was gonna get right back. You was supposed to wait. You wasn't supposed to leave me like that. You wasn't supposed to move on like that. So that's kind of what I feel the energy is around this particular situation. But the last message is, I don't know if we will ever change. This is habits. And so interesting because the song that's coming up for me right now is Usher, Bad Habits, right? Um, Man, I love love. I'm just really bad at it, right? And that's kind of what I feel like the message is. I love love and I love you, but I'm just really bad at it. Um, that's it. I mean, that's really in itself a lot. Enough said. So, those are the messages for right now. This is a little, man, it's like, I almost want to say heavy because I just feel that my masculines are, the word solemn comes up. I just feel like they're just not very happy at this time. Things aren't going as planned. They mishandled you, and that didn't go as planned. Um, they've been deceived. So there's something going up that's coming to a boil. This turmoil. There's a lack of sleep. There's this lack of reaching out because it's almost like we're strangers, we're too far apart. I don't know if we'll ever change or if these habits will ever change. I just don't know. And so there's silence, although the silence is not working, but you're still kind of like, I'm in strange territory. I feel like a stranger. So how do I reach out? How do I profess my love? And where do I begin to even ask forgiveness? And am I even worthy? I mean, literally, that's the reading in a nutshell. Okay. Um, so yeah. Um, I don't know why I just want to do one more thing, and that's just pull some charms. Let's see what comes up. Anything else divine feminines need to know? Spirit. Okay, so the first charm that came out was the bird cage. And when I think of birdcage, I just think of someone who feels bound, someone who's in a bit of bondage. And, that could be bound by, decisions that you've made, bound by some other third party situation or relationship. So you just kind of feeling bound by your decisions or the lack thereof. But what I really feel with this is that someone is feeling like a caged bird, like their wings, like they're being smothered, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like their wings have been clipped. You know what I mean? Like they just can't. They're caged, and so they're not able to fly. They don't feel free. Okay. Um, there's something that someone wants to say here with the lips, and while this could also represent kisses, and I do think that there's a reminiscent of kissing the divine feminine, right? Um, but this is also like what I'm getting from here is there's something that needs to spill from someone's lips. It's like I need to, which is a part of this cage thing too, like being kind of bound and you're just not expressing your truth. So there's this, it's like someone's mouth is open and it wants to say something, but just still kind of refraining for fear maybe of the reaction or fear of how to even do that or a lack of knowing. Um, we have cherry here. You know, cherries are sweet and tart at times, and so what spirit is giving me is almost like what's saying that you're someone's sweetheart. You are a sweet tart, like sweetheart, literally. But also cherries represent, if you think about cherries in a sense of like essential oil or smells, it's an aphrodisiac. So this was a very very sweet, very effortless connection. And there's two of them, right? Like almost like two peas in a pod, so twin flamey, right? Um, because this is not like the cage. I'm not bound anywhere. I'm effortlessly attached to my counterpart, you know? Um, So I just feel like it just makes me feel happy, the cherries. Cherry is also the jackpot. I think of the jackpot in the casinos and you get those cherries in a row, that's, ding, 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 or whatever. And so again, I feel like someone who knew that didn't know then, but they know now that you were the jackpot. You were the cherry on top. Okay. I feel like possibly sometime by um, Christmas, if you won't receive a gift, then there may be some communication. There may be something by Christmas, um, but there will be something, some surprise. I feel it is something unexpected by Christmas. Okay. Here we have, the rainbow, and every time I think of rainbow, I think of like the game Shoots and Ladders, like, sliding down the rainbow or, doing that would put you on another level. Okay. Um, I think about how when it's sun outside, but just still a bit of moisture in the air, whether it's after a rain or in process of a misty sprinkle or something like that, we get the rainbow. And so with that, I just say it just reminds me of there being um, infinite possibilities. It reminds me of, you know, um, I almost want to say opposites, right? There's sun, which brings heat. There's rain, which cools things down. Um, and so you have these two different, it's almost like fire and water, like these two different elements who can complement each other very well and bring rainbow, right? Beautiful things. But um, they can also be, what I want to say, they can also be very damaging and hurtful to one another in a sense. Okay. You know, if there's too much fire in just a little heat water, that can dry the water out. It can, make it disappear. It can dry it up, right? Um, Evaporate it. Okay. And the other way around, if there's fire, or a little fire, but much rain or much water, then you can put fire out, right? So again, with the cherries, I feel like this is about balance, recognizing the beauty in all things, right? With this rainbow, seeing the beauty in all things and the opportunities there, finding the silver lining, but mainly, it's so interesting. I feel like mainly this whole thing is still just about wearing your crown. To whom much is given, much is required. And sometimes, as a leader, right, as a king or a queen with a crown, we have to make those decisions. We have to speak on things. We have to speak up for others. We have to speak up for ourselves. We have to lead. And part of leading is just making the hard decisions, saying those things that need to be said, even though people may not want to hear them, even if it's ourselves, right? And helping others too to see the silver lining in things, right? Um, Kind of like when you're going out to war, like nobody's going to fight for a queen or a king, any leader who's pessimistic, who doesn't think they're going to win, right? You got to go out there and speak. You got to, you know, um, inspire, right? So I say that because this is just a remembrance of who you are, divine feminine and my divine masculine. Remember who you are. You are magical. You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are divine. Okay. Those are the messages, guys. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed reading for you. Until next time, love, light, wholeness, optimal health, wellness, and abundance to you. I love you.